Now, during that time, the writer, Francis Bacon was a great English scholar. His essays contain much of wisdom. In his Latin works, Nova Morgum and the New Atlantis, he talked of applying scientific methods and doing everything in a scientific way. Then Shakespeare. Shakespeare, the famous English poet and dramatist of the 16th century. We know he was the greatest poet and dramatist. Through his outstanding contribution, had elevated English literature to world status. Okay, many sonnets and then many poems, historical also. Okay, the Renaissance brought in its train a new life to literally feel. In the literature, a new life ushered. Impact on art. After that, impact on art. Besides the rebirth of learning, the Renaissance also resulted revival of art. The medieval artist was a slave to tradition. He painted or carved with the object of teaching religion. The Renaissance was a revolt against the bondage of medieval tradition. Now beauty became the prominent motive. The study of anatomy, says Davis, became necessary for a painter. Human body structure, that is anatomy. The paintings. Among paintings, all of you mark, my students, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, famous great painter and sculptor. Leonardo was a great musician and he was also a great musician. Then Leonardo da Vinci, we know his famous painting was Leonardo da Vinci. Then come to the next point, the painting of the Mona Lisa, very world famous. Okay, in fact it is more beautiful than any creation of the nature. There is a mild smile on the face and with eyes half closed and the half revealing, as if she was something to say. The total effect is such as any heart could desire. Then Michelangelo. My students, you mark what? That is Michelangelo. He was a painter of the first rank and also an outstanding sculptor. The ceiling frescoes in the Sistine Chapel in the Papal Palace of the Vatican was his masterpiece. Now then, Raphael. Raphael was a great artist of the Florentine school and his most celebrated painting was Sistine Madonna. Mark this. Then sculpture. The famous sculpture in Italy was, all of my students mark in your book, Lorenzo Gilbert. Now he worked for the years to make 2 pairs of the bronze doors for the baptistry at Florence. Now they are worthy of being placed at the entrance of the paradise. Architecture. Here Michelangelo made a statue in Rome called the Pieta, showing Mary in a sitting posture carrying the body of Jesus in his arms. Now architecture. Then you mark, my students, all of you mark architecture. The Renaissance architects rejected the Gothic style and accepted the Greco-Roman classical architecture. Some of the outstanding features of architecture were an imposing dome, round arches and tall columns. St. Peter's Church in Rome, which can hold 80,000 people, in its finest example of the Renaissance architecture. Mark it. Then Renaissance and science. Renaissance brought a revolution in the field of science. First of all, Copernicus, then Galileo, then Isaac Newton, Copernicus. The first important breakthrough in the knowledge of modern sciences was in astronomy. For centuries, it was believed that the earth is the center of the universe and the sun and the stars went round the earth. This theory was resulted by Copernicus. He studied the celestial bodies and proved the theory of the rotation of the earth as its axis and motion around the sun. Galileo. Italian astronomer Galileo used a telescope, the greatest scientific instrument of the period, to study the movement and of the heavenly bodies. Then Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton, an English scientist of the 17th century, proved that all the heavenly bodies moved according to the law of gravitation. Now, he enriched the field of mathematics with his scientific contribution. Then medical sciences. Significant development in the field of the medical sciences. Effects and consequences of Renaissance. Scientific discoveries, inventions, etc. The Renaissance led to the Reformation movement. The effect of Renaissance led to the Reformation movement. One of the far-reaching effects of the Renaissance was the urge to know the unknown by questioning, observing and experimentation. Great outflow of vernacular literature. Renaissance helped in the growth of vernacular. Wait, from WhatsApp, that's why the problem. Effects of geographical exploration on trade and commerce. Scientific inventions led to explore distant lands. As a result of geographic discoveries, commercial relations were developed, and between Europe and the East. The growth in economy led to the colonialism. Growth in European economy led to colonialism. Okay, European countries control America, Asia, and Africa, and their resources to increase their own power. Last of all, the humanistic values. Another great change that came with the Renaissance was a stress on humanism. Earlier, people subordinated themselves to the interest of the church, to the class. So, humanity's values means the Renaissance gave much stress on humanism. That is human values, development of the spirit of human behavior, individuals. Art, literature, everything which developed based on the development of human being. Okay. So, question answer, what is meant by Renaissance? Why is it from the book? Okay. Everything you will get it, my students. As a lot problem I am teaching you from WhatsApp, send it by your most popular room is there. I am arriving at Kolkata, and after that from the book I will teach you. Okay, go through the book. Any problem? I don't think there will be any problem. You will get the answer from the book. Okay, mark it. Thank you very much.